Let's give a big hand to little Loyd, okay? Mercy, mercy.
Hey, Brother Boyd.
What in the world? You got a different kind of hat on tonight.
Yes, sir. Well, it was kind of necessary. It was kind of necessary. Phew, boy, we just nearly had a catastrophe.
What was that?
I said, we just nearly had a catastrophe.
That's close.
Yeah, would you like to hear about it?
I would. I'd like to hear about your...
Well, what happened was Miss Geraldine, she'd...
May I ask us here, how did the cat get in it? You don't like cats.
No, I do like cats. They taste like chicken. Sharp as a tack, Brother Boyd, sharp as a tack. Anyway, Brother Boyd, what happened was Miss Geraldine was trying to work on some of them recipes that the boys and girls wanted, and she found this one. She said, yeah, I'd like to liven this place up a little bit. So she was working on this recipe that she found. I think it was Japanese or Chinese or something. It's one of those things where you pour a bunch of alcohol on the vegetables. Not the kind you drink, but the cooking kind. You pour it on them vegetables, and then you throw a match on it, and when you throw a match on it, it kind of catches on fire, and as the alcohol all burns off of it, it cooks the vegetables. And in a big fancy restaurants, they cook it right in front of you with that. And anyway, Miss Geraldine was saying, I don't know how much of this stuff to put on there to cook these vegetables. And Brother Roland, he was behind her, urging her on. He said, a little more, a little more, a little more. I don't think you got enough yet. You pour a little more on there. He said, you want to cook them done. You want to cook them good, you know. And she said, well, I think we got enough. And I thought I was going to have to separate him. I was about to get in an argument. He says, oh, put a little more on. She said, I think we got enough. And he, oh, put some more on. And so anyway, finally she got enough on to suit Brother Roland. And he says, now throw a match on there. Oh, Brother Boyd, that was a mistake. It was a mistake. It goes poof, poof. I mean, the flames went everywhere. And Miss Geraldine was jumping up and down. She says, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And Miss Thelma, she got all upset and started running around in circles, and she ran clean around the kitchen 3 times, ran into a post, knocked herself out. It was a terrible thing. And Brother Roland, he started beating on that fire, and the more he beat on it, the more it spread. I thought we was going to have a catastrophe before it was over. Good thing I had my trusty fire extinguisher with me. And I was the only one short enough. I was the only one short enough to get under the counter and put the fire out under the counter.
Get thee behind me, Satan.
Yeah. My goodness, it was an exciting meal, though. Actually, we never got to eat a bit of it. It burned it clean to a crisp. Yeah, we forget what you call that when you burn something clear up. It was not incarnation, not reincarnation, incinerated, what do they call it when they do that to dead people? They burn them up. What's that? Cremation. Yeah, it was cremated. We cremated them vegetables, boy. I'm telling you what, they ain't fit for a cat to eat now. I gave you your line a while ago. You only had one.
I forgot my line. That sounds like a tall tale.
Brother Boyd, I'm not big enough to tell a tall tale.
I clear forgot my line. I got a chance to get a line in, and I forgot it.
That's okay. That's okay. Brother Boyd, you know, somebody told me the other day, they said, little Loyd, when you get married, it's going to be a short wedding.
Little Loyd, you know, you're never going to get married.
Really?
That's right. See, your mother-in-law has never been born yet, and her mother's dead.
That sounds like a catastrophe too. You know what? I was thinking about that fire, Brother Boyd. You know, when Miss Geraldine lit that one little match, it was just such a little bitty fire. I mean, it was such a small fire that if I'd have held it between my fingers, I could have pinched it out. I could have just took 2 fingers, my thumb and my forefinger, and I could have just snuffed it out. It was just such a small fire. But when Miss Geraldine throwed it on that on that pile of vegetables, it was not a small fire no more. And I got to thinking, you know, that's the way sin begins. A boy or a girl thinks, oh, I'll just do this one little thing, this one little time. And it's just like that small little match. But boy, it gets out of control in a hurry. And you know, the Bible even says, oh, what a great matter a little fire kindleth. And in that passage there in James, he's talking about our tongue. It only takes just a couple of wrong words to ruin a person's life. One little piece of gossip, one little tale that is repeated that you don't know. And even if it's true, you shouldn't repeat it. But I've heard people repeat so many things, and I'd say, did you find out if that was true? Oh, no, I just assumed it was true. And here people repeating it and ruining people's lives. And Brother Boyd, it just breaks the heart of God. God's heart just grieves. And just a couple of words, one little tale repeated can just ruin someone's life. And a reputation that they've spent a lifetime to build can be ruined just repeating one little thing.
You know, little Loyd, that is a tremendous message. And I really appreciate the thinking that you put behind this, because I tell you what, we need to be careful about the stories that we tell on people. Make sure, first of all, we need to make sure that it's true. And number 2, make sure it's necessary.
Yep. And I'm afraid, Brother Boyd, I'm afraid all of us, if we would check our tongue, would be guilty of saying some things should have just been better left unsaid. And so, you know, Abraham Lincoln said something, and I guess it's the last thing I got to say. Abraham Lincoln said, it's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt. And so anyway, but I just was thinking about how quick that little fire got out of control. And man, I'm telling you what, it could have been a catastrophe.
I'm going to look that word up.
Okay. Well, every word in the dictionary, Brother Boyd, was made up by somebody, and you got as good a right to make one up as anybody.
Thank you, little Loyd. I pray. You're going to be back tomorrow night?
I'll be back tomorrow night.
Okay.
I'm going to make cookies tomorrow night. I'm going to make cookies tomorrow night in front of the boys and girls. I'm going to show them a special recipe. I'm going to make cookies right here in this very platform.
Are you going to bring that fire extinguisher?
I won't need it. I eat the cookie dough raw.
Let's give little Loyd a good hand, would you?